Hey folks, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Mohammad Shahriar Al Mustaqim Medul. So yeah, in this video we will learn about EC2 instance. So far you have learned about IAM, identity and access management, and we have learned how we can create IAM accounts and how we can use those, how we can assign some permission to it. Now let's start with the interesting part, specifically why we're using the cloud computing. Okay, as a whole, EC2 is very famous, and you can see the name defines Elastic Compute Cloud, and it is a IaaS, okay, infrastructure as a system. Now you can see it consists of virtual machines, virtual drives across. It's distributing load across virtual various machines and scaling the service using ASG and so on. You'll see that later on when you're using basically the services, and we'll learn about this EBS, ELB, various types of stuffs. Okay, now as a whole, if you just want to know what this EC2 instance is, it's basically the computer in the cloud. That's it. And if you have a local computer, if you have a computer locally, basically, obviously, like when you are actually buying the CPU, you need to actually mention how much RAM you want to buy, or obviously the storage and so on, GPU and others, right? You need to buy, and it's a one-time payment. Great. The issue with this thing is, like, assume that you have a 8 GB or GPU, something like that, and you want to work with some machine learning stuff, but somehow we have got a project which is very much computing intensive, so you need to go for maybe 120 GB, which might not even exist in your local city. Maybe you might not even buy, right? So then you can go for the cloud computing, right? So in the cloud computing, those things are out there, so you can just mention how much you need, and you can pick this one. You can create an EC2 instance that is basically the computer for you in the cloud. Okay, so there are various types of those EC2 instances. You can see here that is a general purpose compute optimized, memory optimized, accelerating computing. Okay, this for the normal one. Compute optimized is something for high heavy computing. If you want to do the heavy computing, you can go for that. If your main focus is memory, then go for that. If your main focus is accelerated computing, go for that. There are various types. Okay, now this kind of things, and they are defined basically in different way, right? For example, if you just look into here, so you can see M5.2x large. So here M goes for the instance class, right? You have seen that earlier. Types, those are basically relating to the class here. Then 5 is generation, then 2x large is size within that instance class. Okay, we'll see that. You'll see that in the demo. Okay, but before that, let's just learn about what we need to set when we want to create a EC2 instance. So when you want to create an EC2 instance, you need to for sure mention the operating system you want. It can be Linux, Windows, or Mac OS. Then you need to mention about the CPU RAM. You need to mention about the network space, network card, firewall rules, bootstrap script, and so on. That's good. Now let's go for the demo, and we'll learn how we can actually create an EC2 instance. Okay, let's go for that. Okay, so let's create the EC2 instance. We just need to look for the EC2 instance. Okay, EC2 and then instance, and then press this launch instances. Then let's give it a name. Name 1, 2, 3, 2. Then we need to choose the operating system. Obviously here we are using the Linux based Amazon one, which is available in Amazon machine images. Then you can see the architecture and others, verified provider, and it's important to know that it's a free tier eligible. That means if your account is very much new and it does not expire within the eligibility, it goes within that. Then if you look for the instance type, you can see the instance type can be basically based on is it compute based, is it memory based, or is it other, right? This is how the instance type is chosen. So here we're going to use the free tier one, which is very much is free for the obviously the beginners, and you need to keep in mind that it is not related to IAM, it's related to the root account. Okay, so yeah, in general it costs around 0.0104 USD per hour for the Linux one. We're using the Linux one, but if you have the eligibility for free tier, then it's free. Okay, but obviously free tier is not now like 12 months available, right? It's not. Now here for the key pair, you can choose the key pair, right? So here we have this demo key already out there, no problem with that, but you can add or you can create your own key pair here as well. Okay, this is what I created earlier for the test and others, so I did that. So how you can create your own is just press this one, choose rsa.pm if you're using Windows 10 or better operating system, then provide the name and download the key pair. So why we do need the key pair? That is basically to ensure that you can use this EC2 instance locally in your computer, obviously. Okay, so to ensure the security from a local system to the EC2 instance, obviously in the cloud, you need a key pair, public and private key. That's why we need that. So I'm just using this one, demo key. Okay, then you need to specify this one. Now if you're using this for the first time, keep it in mind that if you create a new VPC, there are lots of issues that you have to face, that you need to like make lots of settings, changes in the subnet and internet gateway and so on. These are the things that is not created by default. So if you instead press this one, create a new default VPC actually sets all of these things for you. So if I press this one and open it here, so a default VPC, okay, no problem with that, we can do that. It has been created, and there, like you can see, 6 subnets already created, a routing table has been created, a network connection has been done. So these are the things that's created and done for you. But if you would have pressed this one, create a new VPC, then there should have been some issue. Okay, so let me just copy this one, reload this one, and now it should be there. But let me just paste this one, and we have nothing to change, I believe, just this one, and you can see it has been here. And subnet is something you don't need to change, but it will be like automatically done, and auto assign public IP address is also enabled. So that's the perks of default VPC. But if you would have pressed like create a VPC option, then auto enable IP address won't be there. Now auto enable or IP or auto assign IP address basically means that when you create an EC2 instance, you're expecting that there should be some IP address which we will paste in a browser and can access. Okay, so and in the security group, this is what we mentioned, like we'll get the IP address and how we can get access to it. Now what we are saying here is create a security group, okay, and may tell that from anywhere we can access to this EC2 instance using SSH traffic. From anywhere we can access to this EC2 instance using HTTPS. From anywhere we can access to this EC2 instance using HTTP. Okay, we can do that. So, or you can change this to any custom, like you want your friend maybe here to access only this EC2 instance. So you can set his EC2 his IP address, computer IP address here. You can do that. Or you can set your own IP here as well. The drop down will show that. I'm not going for that. Let's choose this storage, how much storage we should have. You can see if you are a free tier eligible customer, you can get up to 30 GB. Great. You can paste this one, and you can see that we have an option called delete on termination. What does it mean? It means that when we are deleting this EC2 instance or terminating this one, this storage will also be deleted. But if we press no, then what will happen is it won't be deleted. That's it. Now let's go for the advanced option. Let's go for the advanced option, and here we will just use this one. Okay, so here you can see the code. Credit to Stephen Marek for his code, and yeah, I've just updated a bit from here. Let's move and paste this one here, and I believe we've done this one. Okay, we don't need this one. Okay, network So like everything, yeah, one instance will be created. This is the AMI, firewall and others. Okay, let's launch this instance. Let's go for the EC2 instance. Here you can see once it's created, this is a public IP address and this is running. There are some checks to be done yet. If you just press this open address, let's see if it works or not. It'll take some time, and we're expecting that script which was pasted to be working properly. Yeah, it's working properly. Here you can see the host name is basically the private IP. Yeah, you can see the private IP 172.31.68.1.141. So yeah, this is basically yeah, this host name has this private IPv4 as a whole. Okay, so yeah, this is how we can easily create an EC2 instance. In this video we have seen how we can how we should or why we should go for a default VPC and easily create a EC2 instance, and we can also check a script or bootstrap script here in EC2 instance. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. In the next videos basically you will learn much more about EC2 instance and other services we have within the EC2 instance. So yeah, thank you so much and hope to see you in the next video.